So starting on page Reish Aleph here, we're just going to read the dark print. So he said, so we talked about some inner space there inside the skull. Then he says there's something about a rucha, barucha. He says together they has to do with the rucha in the nose, Sivan the masculine. They tied themselves in some way, and we saw some things about the language that's being this word rucha, Sivan the masculine. So he says of a kesha the masculine, he says that is, and it produces this concept which is yud keva. And then he says yud ilah, there's the upper yud there. A second. Yud ilah is ante bekitra datika, which crowns on the kitra. There's some question about what the word kitra means here. The atika. And what is that kitra that attaches itself or crowns itself on this sitra datika? It's the kruma de law, the izdakech, that becomes very, very refined. And I said that we saw this word kitra goes along with the idea of smoke or incense or something like that, that goes out from this, like radiates out from this. But he says, a number ches, which we looked at a little bit yesterday, it says v'sasin, but it's closed up. So this is really where we're at right now. We're going to read number tes. So he says, Amnam ikar ha'or shal ha'muchas dimor. So he said, this is just like a radiation. It's going to sound like this power plant in this muchas dimor. He says, a muchas dimor nishar adayim sazum. So it's still, maybe there's some kind of vibration or heat or something that we could try to metaphorize this. At any rate, something radiates out. Not something, some of its essence, and that's where we're at right now. Remains closed. So we're looking at the very bottom, and the very bottom is saying like this: Rei b'ma b'sharin, kruma deravivi is dakech b'sasim. So I guess is dakech mean it becomes refined. But it's still sealed. Now, this is still like a little bit of a contradiction. You're not sealing something if you're becoming less and less physical. But he says it becomes, this is what exactly happens. As a result of its relationship to this muchas dimor, apparently it starts refining it. He says, Ki is dakech kadeshu yuchul la'aver or ha'virach legolto. Now, maybe I'm going to, he says, why does it become, it seems like it's on its backside, or its other side, not relationship to the muchas dimor, but in regard to the rest of the light, kadesha yuchol avor or avira, the begolta, there is another light there, or let's say call it what it is. He says the light of air, whatever that means. The Gilgolta that exists within the Gilgolta, the higher derek high kruma to shine through the path of that kruma b'muchas dimor into the muchas dimor. Now he's talking here about more panimistic. So panimi to this whole thing is there's this or ha'avira that is inside, whatever that means. Well, or ha'avira, it's the light of air. So actually, it's like I saw in the Sul where he takes the word or and he puts it puts a yud in there, and he changes it and it becomes avir. So exactly what that means, that's all I know about it. Anyway, he said, but that's what it is. This or havira, the begogul golta that's inside of the skull, lohoyer derek high kruma, it uses that kruma and shines out. So I'm using the word out. A kruma b'muchas dimor, into the muchas dimor. Ak im calls it, but even so, who saucing, that is, the muchas dimor remains saucing ki hamovet or, because apparently there's more of that quote there. So he said, but at any rate, that minimization of the light that we were talking about, adkan ein sham. So he said, "V'hine b'bir inyan kruma deravira v'ha mistaif," and so what comes out of this. Go back to the kruma devira again. He says, what we here see from that Ray the El Beperik Aleph, he says, and there's someplace else to see it would be Urim. I'm sure God willing we'll see that, and like that. So that was number test there, and let's see if there's anything else that I can do. Test was short, and Yud is a little bit long. And what is the time now? 7:30. Okay, so let's look at it then. So reading the way we did that we just went through a piece which was really talking about the fact that, well, it laid out that there is something this order vira, which is panimi to the kruma, to this kruma da avira, which is panimi in some way, is a seal over the mochas dimah. Now, the mochas dimah seems like the way that they paint it is like it seems like it's the heart of everything, but I'm not sure exactly how this would work. But they're not talking about that here right now anyway. So going on from number test, V'amar od hey Lord is anta berucha the nukvin the bardash. We had talked about that. So I'm sure this is in the sequence, exactly where it is. Let's just throw this hey law that we talked about before, that is crown, on the ruch of the nukva. So maybe the word is ater, mean it becomes the origin of the ruch of the nukva de pardashka. I mean, it's right at the wellspring, so to speak. Maybe that's what he means by why he uses this word. I know Rabbi Shimon is a serious guy, so anyway, just a little joke there. Barucha the nukvacha the pedashka the nafa the achia that goes out in order to bring life. So os hea elyon misater, so it is at the origins of the rucha shel nikveh hachoitim be'erik anpen. Misham yotza v'nimshach haruach l'madach kedei l'hakios is their anpen, and that's the whole idea, is to bring life into Zer Anpen, who is the balance scale. V'ha'inyan who or maybe say the manifestation of the balance scale, because that's really what some part of the inyan here. He says as Zer Anpen is the origin of that v'ha'inyan who is like this, shenikveh ha'choitim de Erik Anpen, that the nostrils or the nose of Erik Anpen, him sod os hei elyon de Erik Anpen, they're the secret of the other letter hey of Erik Anpen. So he said, where? Let me see this. Get this lined up. Now let me read this again. He says, "Shenekev achotin de Erik Anpen heim sod os hey ha elyon de Erik Anpen." Now we said it before. V'nekadim elu, and in these two openings, the two nostrils. Over ruach elyon the yotzev v'nimsham bebechin v'bina shebekeser, it comes out of the place. This place is related, as we had seen this before. It's related to the bina of the keser. Of Amar od vav, then it adds on to this also. The vav ilah, that vav that's up on the top, butzin de kardanusa, has another name. Its other name is butzin de kardanusa. Now I thought from the Idris that the idea of butzin de kardanusa is the concept of gevura in some way. I just had a feeling. It's a lamp, but I think of it like as a flame. I'm not sure if that's the right way to describe it. He said, but at any rate, it's the light of that flame. That's why I thought it was gevura. He says that the vavi law is the butzin de kardanusa. So Rabbi Shimon says this. Os vava elyon shuhu benimius Shisha Kitzvos the Erik Anpen, which is in this vav, is on the panemius of the 6 Kitzvos of Erik Anpen. Now, what does he mean by the panemius of the six Kitzvos? Shosha Badash Bekeser. And where is that panemius? The words are Shuhu panemius Shisha Kitzvos the Erik Anpen. Now, right away I get concerned about this, because Shisha Kitzvos, I think, of the Guf the Erik Anpen. And is that what he means? Or does he mean someplace else? V'amar od v'vavi lo butzin de kardanusa os vav ha'elyon Shuhu b'pinimu shisha kitzvos the'erikampen, which is on the inside of the 6 kitzvos of erikampen. It's panimi to the manifestation of the 6 kitzvos. So shorsha shabakesser, so its root is in kesser. Now there was a note I was supposed to pick up on number resh. Let's see how much time we have. I did want to take a little bit of time to look. I mean, I kind of found the place in the other, and we'll stop here, and this will be when we come back. At any rate, we'll be heading out. I'm getting nervous, so let me stop this